Tensions are exploding within labor, and it's ripping the party apart at the seams. Forget the facade of solidarity. Right now, factions are clawing at each other. Old grudges are fueling outright mutiny, and the stench of manipulation is choking the air. Just when Keir Starmer should be consolidating power, his inner circle is fracturing under the weight of its own schemes. This isn't a minor hiccup. It's a full-throated rebellion threatening to derail his entire premiership. Dive in with me as we expose the chaos. But first, smash that like button and subscribe for unfiltered political takedowns. Keir Starmer's grip is slipping and fast. Labor sold voters a vision of unbreakable unity, but what's unfolding is a savage betrayal from within. The hard left wing is roaring accusations of a blatant stitch-up in the scramble to succeed Angela Rayner as deputy leader. Rayner's abrupt exit didn't just create an empty chair. It tore open a chasm of ambition and resentment. Starmer scrambled to plug it, elevating David Lammy to deputy prime minister and shoving Steve Reed into housing. These moves were supposed to scream competence and calm, but they've ignited a firestorm instead. The left is furious, screaming that the game is fixed from the start. At the heart of the fury, rule tweaks rammed through by Starmer's loyalists, jacking up the MP nomination threshold to double what it was. Now, any would-be challenger needs a mountain of endorsements just to qualify for the ballot. Grassroots heroes from the Jeremy Corbyn era, those firebrands who built their clout on member passion, are effectively barred at the gate. To the left, this reeks of cowardice, a desperate bid to silence dissent. John McDonnell, Corbyn's ex-shadow chancellor, didn't mince words, blasting the leadership for bulldozing these changes so rapidly that MPs can't even poll their local parties. "There's no time," he snarled. These rules slam the door on any left-wing contender. It screams insecurity from the top brass. And he's got company in the outrage. Richard Bergen, the left-wing MP who barely clawed back his whip after defying Starmer on the benefits cap, labeled it the mother of all stitch-ups. Pause and absorb that. A party that rode to power preaching inclusivity and member empowerment is now slammed for locking its own base out cold. These aren't barbs from Nigel Farage or Reform UK opportunists. They're coming straight from Labour's ranks. The left remembers their triumphs over the establishment. When MPs plotted Corbyn's ouster in a coup, it was a massive membership surge that crushed the revolt. Those battle scars are fresh, and they're bleeding again. So, who's poised to charge into this fray? Emily Thornberry looms large on the left. Starmer booted her from the front bench right after the 2024 win, a petty slap for her sharp tongue. Now, she's gearing up to run, embodying raw resistance for her fans, and a nightmare for Starmer's camp. But the field's wider. Andy Burnham, Greater Manchester's mayor, is pushing for a northern tilt, name-dropping Louise Hay and Lucy Powell. Both have cabinet cred, but they're baggage-heavy. Hay's haunted by a fraud conviction, and Powell got the axe from Starmer mere days ago. Neither screams unity healer in a party desperate for one. This brawl transcends job titles. It's a raw power play. The deputy spot symbolizes whether the rank and file still holds sway, or if Westminster's elite have seized total control. For Starmer, the stakes are lethal. Alienate the members, and they turn venomous. Not against Tories, but against him. That fractures the volunteer army that pounds pavements, stuffs envelopes, and drives turnout. Labor's engine stalls without them. Broader still, can Starmer drag the party centrist while the left yanks it back? This stitch-up scandal might ignite a brutal tug-of-war, crippling his government before it finds its feet. Meanwhile, Reform UK lurks like vultures. Nigel Farage crowed on Friday. Splits in Labour are coming, not as prophecy but as glee. Every spat headline feeds his machine in the public, expecting stability after Tory turmoil, sees only Labour's self-sabotage weeks into power. Voters are seething. They voted for progress, not this inward knife fight. Starmer is cornered with grim choices. Dig in, enforce the high barriers, and install his yes men? That invites revolt, cries of dictatorship, and member fury. Or loosen up, let leftists compete, and face a messy contest that shreds his image as a steady hand? The clock's merciless. McDonnell's warning echoes. No time. Delay. And Starmer morphs from unifier to besieged. Labour's dawn was pitched as harmonious. It's devolving into civil war. Rayner's vacancy has unmasked a deeper rot, a savage fight for labor's core. Can Starmer weather it, or will it consume him? Shifting gears to borders. New Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood vows migrant returns kick off soon via the France Pact. This follows Home Office data blasting past 30,000 channel crossings this year. Saturday alone saw 1,097 in 17 boats, pushing 2025's tally to 30,100, up 37% from last year's 22,028 and matching the surge over 2023's 21,918. The ex-Justice Secretary plans to shun asylum seekers from hotels to barracks, toughening stance amid escalating arrivals. Mahmood, Birmingham Ladywood MP, thundered, "These small boat crossings are utterly unacceptable, and the vile people smugglers behind them are wreaking havoc on our borders. Thanks to our deal with France, people crossing in small boats can now be detained and removed to France, and I expect the first returns to take place imminently. Protecting the UK border is my priority as Home Secretary, and I will explore all options to restore order to our immigration system." Pre-shakeup, Yvette Cooper, former Home Secretary, revamped refugee family reunion rules and halted new apps this week. Yet the France deal, live since August, hasn't deported anyone yet. These fresh crossings underscore Mahmood's mammoth task. After summer backlash over boat handling and hotel housing sparked protests and rival barbs. Prime Minister Keir Starmer pledges to clear asylum hotels pre-election, but dodges timelines. The government's under fire. Will tough talk translate to action, or is it more empty posturing? What's your take on this labor meltdown and border mess? Sound off in comments. Like if you're fired up, subscribe for more raw UK politics. Cheers.